are under implementation, and in the remaining 4 to 5 years, the rest of the capacity would be bidded by different state governments, by the central government agencies, and there will be lot of transactions and project would be set up for non-governmental sectors, for particularly the C&I segment. So 500 gigawatt by 2030, with the kind of regulatory and the ecosystem which has been created in the country, I do not see any of the problem for that. However, the goal for the country for reaching by net zero by 2070, the intermediate goal which we have set up and which has been assessed is so about 2000 gigawatt by 2047. Now that is something which will be kind of would pose the challenge, and the challenge in renewable sector which so far we have not faced but which we are going to face now are going to be mainly three. First challenge is going to be land. We have used the land which were readily available, and these are the projects which are extremely land intensive projects. So land is going to be one of the challenge, and that is where I think the role of the state governments and the business friendliness of the state government that will play a major role in facilitating the projects. Most of the projects in renewable energy would be attracted to those states where land is either readily available, that is identified, earmarked and made available, or the legal and regulatory process for getting the land either from the government or from the private sector, that is simplified. So land is going to be one of the major constraints as well as challenge for it. And I request the state, particularly MP, I have seen, it has been a very proactive state in making the land available. So good luck to MP, and I think on this count, lot of investment in renewable energy sector would be attracted here. The second challenge countrywide is going to be the transmission of energy. The potential areas, particularly Gujarat and Rajasthan, where solar potential is maximum, they also are the areas where the land is probably more readily available, in the sense that there is not much habitation over there. But taking this energy which is generated there to the load centers, and particularly synchronizing the time of commissioning of these projects, renewable energy projects, and also the transmission system. Currently there is a lot of mismatch, and this mismatch creates a lot of commercial issues, a lot of legal issues, and results in higher tariff and also abandoning the project. So the transmission system and the transmission regulatory framework would need a major overhaul to synchronize the two. Third is going to be the energy storage systems. So far, the amount of renewable energy which was fed into the grid, being a much less percent of total energy, did not pose much of a problem to the grid, but now the storage has become the necessity. Along with the storage is what ACS Madhya Pradesh has said, shifting the load to the generation time, generation period. Lot of states are doing it, and PM Surya Ghar Yojana, launched by Honorable Prime Minister, and the PM Kusum. These two schemes are the major efforts in shifting the load from non-solar hour to solar hours. But energy storage system, that is a must, and fortunately the prices of energy storage system, particularly the batteries, they have been coming down rapidly. It is estimated that we will be requiring some 400 gigawatt hour of battery energy storage. Now that is also an excellent opportunity for investment apart from the renewable energy projects, the storage projects and the transmission project. I thank Government of Madhya Pradesh for inviting me to this summit, and I am very happy to address all of you. Let us all make
अंबिकापुर में हार्डवेयर दुकान में लगी आग।